be less supported.
I'm sure they want it done as well as everyone else.
Well, it's hard to damn souls if everyone has one.
For the time being, I'm sure they're thrilled with the power of more souls in existence. But they know the long-term effects.
And arrows are easy to come by.
More to the point, I can't expect the forces of evil to do a particularly good job of their job if they have souls, because a soul inherently comes with a conscience.
It's also hard to make your followers do what you want.
That's true. That's true. Lady.
As I said before, I may not have to come by the breath of life. So,
Are you willing to assist us in this endeavor then?
if there is a way to modify it, then I will.
We'll have to fix it before a modification is possible, feasible.
There's
You will
the
help us
first
repent?
step.
I give you my word, as a representative of the Guardian of Doors, that if such a method exists,
That's where I want to shoot
I,
it.
in good faith, will attempt to help you and those of your people who wish it to achieve it.
I was
I
just
swear this to you.
talking with
I swear this to you.
while
I swear this to you.
3 times sword, 3 times hard.
the one with
I take your word.
So the only people I need to talk to are Earth.
I'm glad we could
To speak louder and slower,
make an
like if they were, porn.
Well, if you,
spot all the things.
when you want to find the breath of
Lord.
life, come and find me.
Amongst the
And I
other
hope
7,
that
a
all
consensus has been
beings
reached.
Find
The
the
forces
happy
of
end.
good, the forces of evil, the forces of order, the forces of chaos. The forces of the air, the fire, and the water
Did you not know
have all agreed to assist the mortals in repairing this. I would humbly beg to know where stands Earth.
Well, now we shall neither.
Don't know.
As you wish, my lord.
I'm gonna gravitate away from that thing.
By your leave.
and they walked away.
Earth will neither help nor hinder. Yes, and I am not going to utilize the philosophy of if you're not with us, you're against us, or if they're concerned. Mostly because he could drop a mountain on me.
I tried. I was gonna try to talk to him earlier, but it kind of got.
It takes patience to talk to Earth.
Where did half the
Patience
people
isn't
go?
a problem of mine.
Half the people are gone.
Seeing that I was raised by an
Question is patience.
elf,
We're missing an Arya.
patience is something
We're
that's
missing
kind of.
the Draven. We're missing what's this fellow? Basil. She's gone. Where's he gone?
No Arya either.
Cal. Where's Cal go?
It is a small cave. Perhaps they went to wander and find nourishment.
metal that needs to be worked back into the channel. Which also work with Grey Wolf. Good strong back. You should lie to people when they ask you that question. Just be like, oh yeah.
Okay, we still don't have a basil. I don't like that.
Well,
Helps increase your
he
personal
probably went off with the wild
I
stuff that he wanted.
Back yes, hips no.
keep in
Therefore,
mind
back
that unlike
please.
him, who can't lie, and him who can't do anything but, my court can swing back and forth as we wish.
Unlike him, I
Ooh,
allow the
ooh, I
soul
love this
that
game.
inhabits my body to have the free will, truly free will, and don't simply lie.
You see what I mean?
So you can do nothing but lie, correct?
Yes, yes. They are the source of the old puzzle.
So you can do nothing but lie, correct?
No.
He's lying.
Where do you come from?
That way. And over there. And every time
That I
you hear a
believe to
child
be.
cry.
That last one might be close.
So every time I
Secure.
hear a child cry, it's you.
No.
It is boom! I love this.
Where I come from is not what I am.
This is where
I have
most of the white people.
very important spell that was taken.
Hey, something that I believe
Law, not lay.
could mean great things for the future.
Do you understand what the point of
of playing fire.
The point of
But-
me seems the same either way.
Its loss
It's not.
removes years of work.
Either way, I still have free
If you
will.
can return it, I will curry favors my lords for you, as well as
I'll go
reward
stand
you.
behind him when I do it.
Oh well. I'll be sure to inform my lord of the threats that I received. I guess 2K, y'all. So you will inform your lord of the threats you received?
Were you born?
Yeah, that's great. That was a lie, so I'm okay.
Have you loved?
Very well.
Got
Are
the
these
shit,
things
Jonathan.
impossible with the well?
No.
And I did it for
I can try.
Oh, and they're also significantly more
Tell him
powerful
Ignis.
than you.
That's
Sense him
They have power but no will.
and that there is reward.
Here's the thing.
Do I
You
make
have a
you something?
choice.
Is there a
I do
location
not.
you wish me to?
well,
I
that's,
must
Travel
do as
to.
I am ordered. You may choose
Not
your
today.
path.
well, I don't see why
But in the
Do I owe you
future,
word?
fixing that would be a good thing. Why should they not have the choice?
allow me
Because
to
it's
think
not
on
their
it.
nature. It is not their
I will,
It is
I will
now.
find you.
No.
Gather
It
him
is
and
now
find me
because
here.
an individual who never
That's
should
gonna be
have
very
broke
hard
that
for me
because he was
to
being threatened by someone who
do
never
as
should have
wish.
been.
Why?
Just because something was
Is my-
The
doesn't mean
Man
that's
of
the way it
Shadows
needs
was
to be.
something
My
that was
nature.
A violation of either natural
This
order,
is- this
the one that
is
exists now or the one that existed before
for
that was broken.
a greater
He
good.
led directly to its.
It's just going to be really hard. I hope you have
Well,
taken that
it's-
into account before you ask me this.
The reward will be worth
The thing is, until they got souls of their own, these
Think
immortal
on it.
Can I
forces
ask? Can I bring
needed
anyone else?
We're bound and chained by their own
Can
will.
I bring as many others as is necessary?
by their natures. They were bound by their natures. You are not. You may choose.
Now they're not
You are
bound
Or
free.
is it
Now they're
a
not
singular
bound by their
task?
natures.
And if something was trying to take away my ability to choose, I
Allow
would
me to
fight
think on it.
my damnedest
Very well.
against
As you gather
it. I
him,
don't
we will
understand why
speak
they
in
aren't.
more detail momentarily.
You will find me?
I will find you.
So why should we take it away from them?
Is it warm?
It's not my place to have it.
So whose decision?
Who is it? Who, yeah,
Whose decision is it?
someone who's
I'm
just
looking,
recent.
I'm looking at the group that's been taken away from them in conjunction with the free will that has been given to them. Give them some time. Speaking from personal
So
experience.
just because they're stronger than us, we should bind them by their nature?
Yes.
That is the most abhorrent thing I think I've ever heard.
It's part of my nature to be good and evil. But this is not an evil act. This is survival.
So it's selfishness.
Yes.
Ultimately, it is a selfishness for your own species, for yourself. Do you want a fire elemental lord as your king?
What's the
Not
difference?
particularly. I don't
Then
know
you
one.
probably should fix that thing.
Yeah, but
There's always going to be a king. There's always going to be somebody
Yes, but you have a-
higher up the food
Yes, but
chain.
you have a choice as to whether or not to follow a mortal king.
No,
No,
you don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh no, there are consequences.
They're constant.
But you can choose
but there's gonna
to
be a
not follow his
consequences.
orders.
Well,
If it's-
once again, the same token still applies. We can choose not to follow the Fire Immortal
Yes,
King.
but
He
there's
might
an
smut
order-
our ass on the
there's
side of a
order
mountain.
magnitude
We
and
still
power
have the
difference
choice.
between a powerful elemental and a mortal.
Irrelevant. They still wield more power than I do.
Except they don't. They have the same free will, they have the same ability to choose, and they will grow old and die the same as you.
and so will these things now.
And so will these things. So the immortal Fire Elemental Lord is no longer immortal, therefore he
So
will eventually die.
are you being obstinate just to play devil's advocate? or do you
No,
genuinely
I'm really
understand?
not. I don't think this is a good idea.
And I'm just
Well,
trying. I'm looking
You're
for more
unjustly
information.
ripping something away from somebody.
I'm
Something
taking.
that wasn't theirs to begin with.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm with her.
Thank you.
So if I find something, I pick something up that I find in the woods, someone can just come along and take it from me?
No,
That's how we're gonna run the world now?
no. But you're comparing apples to oranges here.
No, we're not. They found something that they didn't have before, and you are forcibly ripping it away from them.
They
Something
found
was
How is
poured-
that right?
Something was poured into them that they did not have before. They didn't find it.
It wasn't
have
found.
So something was given to
Or
them.
not. No.
It wasn't given to them. It was forced upon them.
Now, some of them like having it, and some of them don't. Some of them understand the consequences of keeping it. Some of them don't care.
It should be their choice, though.
If
And
they
they've
were
made
mortal,
the
I would agree
choice.
with you.
They've made the choice.
They
by
are
allowing-
mortal.
No, they're not.
They are now.
No, they're not.
It would.
That's not what I've heard anyone else say. Is everything now has a human lifespan? That means that they're now mortal.
In 75 years, when this world that we sit upon has a human lifespan, come back and tell me how that decision worked out for you.
I'll be dead before it is.
Yeah, I mean,
somehow I don't know about that.
And somehow or another.
Well, which one among us does not belong here? Or is the least...
honestly, me.
It's the least what?
Suited. How long he's gonna live? Wow.
You understand.
I've got
Yes.
40 years.
You understand?
Maybe.
And you understand?
I think,
Depending on
I think
life
you
span.
underestimate.
You understand?
I think you underestimate
You
his
two,
abilities.
okay, the sensible people at this fire follow me.
Well, see,
This
it's not
is why the
sensible.
knighthood needs more women.
It's not necessarily sensible. It's still not understanding the consequences for me.
May I give you an example?
Yeah, please. I'm looking.
I have
for
I have a dowel rod that is pointed at the top, and I have a plate that I'm spinning on. Have you ever seen that trick?
Yes.
The well and the other three pillars of creation are the hands that spin the plate.
Okay.
The plate is the world we live on. I've had it mathematically proven for me that it's flat. That is the place. If you take away one of the things that balances and spins the plate, what happens to it?
The other ones have to work harder.
Yes. Or, worst case scenario, and again, I will freely admit, I don't know if this is true, but it is my fear that it develops a wobble and eventually falls over. So what happens to the plate that is our world when it falls off the dowel rod and hits the table?
See, that's a loaded question because you're assuming that is what's going to happen.
It's a worst case scenario,
Yes.
but it's not one I'm willing to take the chance on. I'm not willing to risk the end of the world. I've kind of come to like this place, and all my things are here.
I don't have children.
They are.
But to think that
Well,
some of my
I'm not
friends'
going to
children
rip
might
something
not have
away
a
from
world
someone just because someone
in
else
100
thought they
years
shouldn't have
to
it.
live in.
No one with a soul can have it taken from them without their choosing. Today, at this meeting, the only court that did not choose was Earth, and that is typical of them. All of the others have sided with repairing it.
I thought Cal's friend was anti.
No, it's possible to, as the Dread Lord said, it is possible to repair it and then change it so that they may keep their souls if they wish.
It is possible to alter.
Well, see, that's the funny thing about souls is it gives you more than just free will. It gives you a conscience.
Precisely.
So I don't see why taking that away.
So Jonathan.
So we can fix it without taking it away.
How do we know? How are we even positive we can fix the damn thing?
Because
Honestly,
we were
we're
told exactly.
Well, I mean,
You may find me.
I spent too much time.
I can fix a door. It's not going to work the same.
Well, that's the problem.
I can nail a board
that's
to
my
it and
concern.
cover a hole in it. That's not going to fix the same.
Make it with
We're bound by some magical force that we can't see.
Yeah,
And then we don't
fight in
have
there.
the choice to fix it again.
Air does not even enter this conversation, as their existence seems to be
We haven't fixed
all
it.
but
It hasn't happened.
a momentary thing. It is with us at all times, and yet
That's
it is
what Hunter was doing. I'm doing it on the other side.
not there.
So what can I do for you, Lord?
I have a task.
Yes.
Such is usually the case.
One else has a gnome. Come from me.
I would politely request, my lord, that you inform Squire Arya of what needs doing, and we will put it on the list of things to do.
Her presence is needed elsewhere in this task, and perhaps she may join you when the time comes. I don't know when you will take care of this task, but I will come and find you when it is needed. But allow me to expand your understanding of what the task is before you choose whether or not.
Before you do understand that I cannot do anything that would break the oaths of a mortal of the order.
The back of the queue and the goblins are all
No
in front.
necromancy.
And they
It
run
is
out-
not.
and they run
It is
the
not.
order.
I have
That would
none.
be a natural order.
I have none of that in
You
my
realize that
repertoire.
we are the youngest.
I am
We were the last.
a man of spells, you could say,
So why don't
and a
we
man
ask
of
for
tinkering.
this?
And when tinkering and spells get together, often they create very unique.
I'm trying to figure out why are we making that decision?
My workshop to the north was recently
wonderful lifespan. They
plundered.
have a surplus of young.
Take some
Spell
balls
was-
to plunder a Salamanders workshop.
The coyotes thrive on that and dwindle the numbers
Perhaps.
back down.
Spell was
There's
taken.
not that
Everybody
food
here
source.
knows what
Spell would happen to be a spell called Grief, would it?
existence for, right?
Okay.
No, that
I met a
that
wizard
is-
once who knew a spell.
Yeah, yes. This is thankfully not that spell. The spell affects my being differently than that of the central.
Alright.
For you,
What's your man just remind me of
It
the point
would-
humans were created?
be detrimental that anyone have this spell. It
What
would
if
cause
this is
great,
that coming true?
for
us
lack of a better
fixing it,
word, grief.
it blows everything up.
Although it is not
Try and fix this thing.
if that
seems to be everyone's
sets your heart less heavily,
I've just always wanted to get my hands on Grief.
then I'm not going to speak of.
Besides the point,
Our elves
I've always
are
been a
ones that they
The
self-hating
spell-
when it comes to my
repopulate.
race, so
As
course.
right now, can they?
Is of a nature that is.
No, not with
If we
Yeah,
were
I
there,
hope
that
so.
would just be that much more
But
inappropriate.
for me, it is not.
So let's do it this way. Man of Shadows, bad guy, right? Yeah. You want to
Kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I just.
How do we know that he knew the ramifications of what he did?
I just don't
He may
think.
have.
I don't think.
The intent and the actual consequence are two completely different things. He may have broken the thing with ill intent.
I'm sorry,
What
the-
may have happened may
the
not
Alamo
be
forces, if they
all
want this
that
fixed,
bad.
He broke it because he wanted to kill all
he didn't want to break it.
He did.
He wanted to change it.
Well, he changed it, so
He didn't
mission
want to break
accomplished.
You wanted to make everyone.
Is it different than it was? I consider that
So you
change.
want me and a band of dowdy adventurers to find who took it, get the scroll back, and give it to you. Alright. That works.
I will.
Just in the sole worst case scenario thing, again, how do we know that we're going to fix it properly? Humans didn't make the damn
Yeah,
thing.
that's my
I
concern.
will,
What
I'll tell
happens
you,
if you take,
that I'm
they
putting
put
on a
all
list
this
of things to do.
into those of us with the
Under,
skill,
fix that.
and it doesn't work, and it
Followed
makes
by,
things worse.
In no particular order.
We
Killers
know
is
you
gonna
break
take
it
longer.
Also a possibility.
For
So
you
then
to
you break it again.
convince Earth I know what I'm talking
What if the
about.
thing that we